Russia lost one of its topmost generals on December 17 in a bomb blast right in its capital, Moscow. Russia's Nuclear Protection Forces chief, Lieutenant General Igor Kirillov, was killed outside an apartment building in Moscow along with another army officer. Lieutenant General Kirillov was in charge of nuclear protection forces in Moscow. The bomb blast, which claimed his life, was allegedly placed in an electric scooter, according to the preliminary investigation by a Russian committee tasked with finding out details of the blast. Igor Kirillov was the chief of the troops of radiological, chemical, and biological defense. He was outside an apartment building on Ryazansky Prospect in Moscow when there was a blast in an electric scooter resulting in his death. Igor Kirillov, the head of the Radiation, Chemical, and Biological Protection Forces of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation, and his assistant were killed, the investigating committee said. Russia's TASS news agency reported, quoting a law enforcement official, that the explosive device had the capacity of some 300 grams of TNT equivalent. Several photographs and videos of the aftermath of the blast were posted on Russian Telegram channels, which showed a shattered entrance to a building littered with rubble and two bodies lying in the blood-stained snow. A criminal case has been opened by Russia. Russia's radioactive, chemical, and biological defense troops are special forces who operate under conditions of radioactive, chemical, and biological contamination. Al Jazeera's Maria Shapovalova, reporting from Moscow, said, according to residents, there was a lack of surveillance cameras in the area where the attack took place. Residents of the residential complex where the explosive device went off have been complaining for years about the lack of normal video surveillance. The cameras were not recording what was happening on those blocks of flats, she said in her report. Just a day before he was killed, that is, on December 16, Ukrainian prosecutors charged Kirillov in absentia with the alleged use of banned chemical weapons in Ukraine, the security services of Ukraine said, according to the Kyiv Independent. Russia denies those accusations. In October, the United Kingdom sanctioned Kirillov and the Nuclear Protection Forces for using riot control agents and multiple reports of the use of toxic agents chloropicrine on the battlefield. Chloropicrine is an oily liquid with a pungent odor known as a choking agent that was widely used during World War I as a form of tear gas. The Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, OPCW, specifically prohibits its use. Russia has said that it no longer possesses a military chemical arsenal, but the country faces pressure for more transparency over the alleged use of chemical weapons. Take a look at the spot where Kirillov was killed outside an apartment in Moscow.